Hey there and welcome. So, are you ready to dive into some English with me today? We've got this really fun story we're going to read together. It's called The Kind Cat. And trust me, we're going to learn some awesome new stuff along the way. So here's the plan. First up, we're going to read The Kind Cat together. Then, we'll check out some of the words from the story and make sure we get what's happening. After that, we'll take a quick peek at some English grammar, and then we'll wrap it all up with a little review. Sound good? Awesome. Let's get started.
Okay, let's jump right into our story. As I'm reading, really try to listen to how the words sound, the pronunciation. Our story kicks off inside Mrs. Kaya's classroom.
So, picture this. We're in the classroom. The teacher, Mrs. Kaya, she says with a big smile, "Good morning, class." And all the students, they reply together, "Good morning, Mrs. Kaya." Then she tells them, "Let's start our lesson. Open your books, please."
And in this next part, we see one student helping out another. Daruk says, "I can help you, Meste. Here it is." Now, Mrs. Kaya, the teacher, she sees this and she's just so pleased. She says, "Daruk, thank you for helping your friend. You are very kind." But then, something weird happens. A sound comes from the computer. It goes, beep, beep, kind, kind, kind.
And then, you won't believe this, something totally amazing happens. The kids all shout, "Wow, look, a dancing cat!" And sure enough, right there on the computer screen, there's a cat, and it's dancing. But that's not all. The cat starts to speak. It says, "Hello, children, I am Kind Cat. I have a quiz show for you." Whoa, a quiz show? From a cat? How cool is that?
Okay, so the quiz is on. Kind Cat's first question is, question 1, you need a rubber. How do you ask your friend? Layla, she puts her hand up and says, "Can I have your rubber, please?" And you know what? That's the perfect, super polite way to ask for something.
All right, next up, Kind Cat has another question. Question 3, you want to go to the toilet. What do you say? This time, Meek gives the right answer. "Can I go to the toilet, please?" See? Another fantastic example of asking for permission politely. Kind Cat is super impressed and says, "Excellent."
The students just did an amazing job, didn't they? And Kind Cat is so proud. He tells them, "Well done, kids. You are polite and kind. Here is your kindness cup. Goodbye, polite friends." And just like that, they get a prize for being so thoughtful. What a great reward.
Wasn't that a great story? I loved it. Okay, so now let's go back and look at some of those new words we heard. We'll also check if we really understood what happened. You ready to see what you remember? Let's do it. Okay, let's break down some of the most important words from the story. I'll say the English word first and then give you the Turkish meaning. Ready? First up, kind. That means nazik or kibar. Then we have polite, which also means kibar or nazik. Help is yardım etmek. Friend, that's arkadaş. Teacher is öğretmen. And finally, student, that's öğrenci. You're doing great.
All right, first question for you. Take a good look at this picture. Who do you think she is?
You got it. It's Mrs. Kaya. So the complete answer would be, she is Mrs. Kaya. She's that wonderful, kind teacher from our story. Perfect!
Okay, let's play a little true or false. I'll read a sentence and you tell me if it's true or false. Number 1, they open the blue books. What do you think? That's actually false. The teacher just said, "Open your books." She didn't say what color. Okay, number 2. Layla's things are on her desk. Yep, that's true. If you look at the pictures, you can see stuff on the desks. Number 3. The pupils see a dog on the computer. No way. That's definitely false. They saw a cat, right? The kind cat. And last one, number 4, the cat gives them a kindness cup. And yes, that is absolutely true. That was their big prize at the end.
You are doing such an awesome job with this. Okay, let's switch gears a little and look at some English grammar. This is the fun part where we figure out how to put our own sentences together. And hey, don't worry, I promise it's way easier than it sounds.
So, in English, a lot of simple sentences are built like a little puzzle with 3 main pieces: a subject, a verb, and an object. That's özne, fiil, and nesne in Turkish. Think of it this way. The subject is who or what is doing something. The verb is the action itself, and the object is what receives that action. Simple, right?
Let's take a sentence right out of our story to see this in action. The sentence is, "You are very kind." In this case, you is our subject, the özne. The word are is our verb, the fiil. And very kind? Well, That part just tells us more about the subject, you.
Okay, now for something super useful. Asking questions politely. Remember in the story how the students used that magic word, can? They said things like, "Can I have your rubber, please?" and "Can I go to the toilet, please?" Starting your question with "can I" is just a really great, polite way to ask for something in English.
And here we are, at our final section. You guys have done such a fantastic job today, seriously. So let's just do a quick recap of the big things we learned. Harika-ish, which, means great job in Turkish.
So, what are the big ideas to take away from all this? Well, first, the story's main message. It's so important to be kind and polite. We also picked up some awesome new words like kind, polite, and help. And we got a super important grammar skill down, asking for permission politely with "can I, please?"
And just like that, we've wrapped up our time with the kind cat. We read a really sweet story, we learned some new words, and we even tackled some grammar. So I'll leave you with just one last thing to think about. How will you be kind today? Thank you so much for hanging out and learning with me.